malade, moi. Vous voyez bien que c'est bien le public qui est malade de moi. Là-haut, là-haut, là-haut. Non, ok. C'est juste que moi, je suis le meilleur, tu vois. Les autres, ils cherchent le petit autre contre moi. Oh, ça ne va l'aider. Non.
So let's give a warm Haitian welcome to Jimmy Jean-Louis.
Hello. Comment nous y?
How did you meet Arnold and how did you get involved in this film?
I met Arnold while I was in Haiti shooting another movie there called Cousine. You know, he told me about the project. Le président le sida.
Vous savez, je connais toujours pas votre prénom.
Nina.
Comme l'héroïne d'Alexis.
Ouais. Oh, je ne savais pas que...
quoi? Que j'avais de l'instruction? Cliché.
Which is something that was originally for le président, Michel Martelly. And yes, somehow I ended up doing it, but yeah, that's how I made it.
Dao is a bit of an interesting, crazy character. What was it like playing Dao?
It was interesting. I had to go and see some of Michel's concerts. And it's true though. Well, because it's over the top, then you know that it's not real for the mass, real for certain people. But at the same time, a lot of those situations do happen, you know, in Haiti. The most important part was the fact that we were dealing with a real issue, you know, AIDS, that has been somehow affecting all of the Haitians' lives, you know, people's lives in general, but specifically in Haiti. And as a youngster, as a Haitian, I've always been discriminated, you know, growing up in France because I was Haitian. And most people think or thought that maybe I had AIDS just because I was Haitian. We made it sort of entertaining because we wanted the Haitian to also have fun as they were watching a movie about AIDS. It was in 2005, I believe, when we had all the kidnappings where nobody could be outside after 8 p.m. and we had a lot of trouble. Gunshots in the middle of shooting, you know, people not being able to go back home. But it was such an important movie to do that, you know, it was all worth it.
I'm going to segue from the film and have you talk a little bit about your acting career.
I started in Paris when, you know, I tried to have a few gigs here and there. First of all as a dancer, and also as a performer. Packed my bags, went to Spain, Barcelona, and there I also worked in musical theatre for about 3 years, and that's what really gave me the courage to continue. From there, you know, I did a bit of modeling in Italy, Paris, London, South Africa, a bit in New York as well. When I decided to move out here, it wasn't very easy. You know, as a Haitian, you know, you just get slapped right, left, and center. I've been slapped as well myself, being refused a visa to come to America 3 or 4 times for legit reasons. You know, the first one was for the wedding of my sister. I couldn't make it because I'm Haitian.
This is coming from Europe?
This is coming from Europe, from Paris. But ultimately I was able to make it out here, not because I wanted to enjoy the American lifestyle. It had nothing to do with that. You know, I had a career and I just wanted to continue pursuing what I was doing. And that led me to be going to LA, and that's how I started, you know. Kept on doing a bit of modeling first, took some classes, and slowly stepped into a few movies. First, a bunch of students, independent movies that are You know, it's just a learning process. Nobody will never see any of them, but you see them.
We'll be leaving for Brazil in 6 days.
Brésil? On va aller au Brésil? One problem. My job.
We'll be getting $100 a week.
I'm in.
Yeah? All right. So
I'm in. Que l'avocat service en balachak.
You know, I sometimes had to pay to be part of those movies. You know, I mean, but it was great. You know, it was great, and slowly getting small parts in movies and bigger parts, and one nice part in the movie called Derail, which I put Van Damme, which led to Tears of the Sun.
Was that your first big break? Do you feel like that was your first big break?
Somehow that's the one that made me understand that maybe I really have a chance in this business, because here I am as a Haitian, we all like our little karate. And whether it's Bruce Lee, Van Damme, or, you know.
I'm going to use that.
Every single Haitian know how to say "ma futon yok chagi la." I also had chances to encounter great leaders of the world, you know, whether it's Nelson Mandela or other people that actually gave me somehow, maybe not purposely, but somehow gave me the strength to keep on going and to realize that, you know what, you can probably do whatever you want to do. Only yourself can stop yourself. And it's a philosophy that I go by, and I truly believe it, you know, and never mind what happens around you. If you really want something and really do the work, somehow it will happen.
Any specific mentors in your career that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I guess life itself is the best guide if you can understand each lesson or each experience you go through and really learn from them. Because I've always been moving around, so I've not really had anybody around me to take me anywhere. I mean, I come from a very poor family, if I should say. Both parents, you know, my mom was a maid, my dad was a chauffeur taxi, so, you know, it's none of them could help me going where I was going, but what they did was giving me the best education possible as far as learning to be, or teaching me to be a person, to be a human being.
The values.
The values, you know, the basic values of being a man.
Ou même vin là? Qui moun ki bolod? Qui moun ki bolod? C'est Moïse. Restez là. Ou même vin là. Ou même tout. Et ou même. Parti. Ces hommes sont des traîtres. Fusillez-les. Tout ça, c'est un ordre.
Danny Glover tried to do his Toussaint Louverture. You know, he worked on it for about 20 years, couldn't make it. When the producers that are based in France contacted me, I said yes, of course, but deep inside, I didn't think that was going to happen, to be honest with you. But yeah, finally we actually did it in France, and then in Cannes, and then another meeting, and at the end of it all, it did happen. Toussaint Louverture is someone that, for me, is one of the greatest heroes that we've had. Not we as Haitian, not we as black people, but we as people. Knowing that he has been the inspiration of some of the greatest leaders that we've had. He's inspired Martin Luther King, Mandela, Marcus Garvey, and many other ones. He gave the independence of the first Black Republic, changed the aspect of the world economically because of what he's accomplished, because of what Haiti has done. We're able to help America get in Louisiana, we're able to get South America to be free. So if you really look at what Haiti has done, it's probably one of the greatest stories. But unfortunately, Haiti is not being recognized for it. the leaders are not being recognized for what they've done, and that's one of the reasons why I was so proud to be part of that and to finally show it to a bigger audience, to some people, because people need to know about that story.
I know that you founded Hollywood Unites for Haiti. Can you talk to us about that, what you guys do, and what your mission and vision is?
I used to play football, and I still play football. I mean soccer. Football. With a club named Hollywood United Club.
This is in LA.
This is in LA, yeah. And every time I went to Haiti, I would go back with a bunch of stuff, and I give to the kids, I give to the clubs, I give to people, and I'm like, wow, they really appreciate the very little that they get. And that's how the idea of creating Hollywood Unites for Haiti came about. Why Hollywood? It's also because nobody was speaking about Haiti, so the name was important. I wanted all those guys to come together and speak about Haiti the same way they were doing for Sudan, Congo, Rwanda, and I thought it was important to put some light on Haiti and try to resolve some of the issues over there. But of course, you know that the earthquake came about, and everybody knows about Haiti. And also, I realized because I played the Haitian on Heroes, and when you somehow accidentally play those kind of characters, then a lot of responsibilities come on your shoulder, whether you want it or not. So either you run with it and you step up, or you turn around and pretend that nothing happened. That's why I started Hollywood Unites for Haiti. And what we do is help the underprivileged kids. We've worked on many projects, one of them being a school that we built 3 years ago. And in Cadet, it's very difficult to get there. It's about 2 hours from Pétionville, even though if there was a proper road, it would take maybe 15 minutes. But you only can go like 15 miles an hour, because you can do that. It's terrible, but it's our truth, to some level. And yeah, so we've been going on for 3 years. So we give free education, free food to the kids. So it's a program that's solid, but we constantly need help, to keep it going. And we do have a website, hufh.org, HollywoodUnitesForHaiti.org. So if anyone is interested, please visit, chip in or not, but visit and talk about it. That would be enough.
Have you found it difficult as a Haitian-led NGO to kind of move forward and showcase what we're doing as Haitians to help ourselves? I find that that's like an issue.
Yeah, it's an issue. I mean, I'm to some level quite disgusted, to be honest with you, to see the relevancy they give to the ones coming from abroad when we have our own people doing the best for our people. And yeah, that bothers me a lot.
It bothers me too. How do we do things like this, right?
Yeah, that's a great step. That's a great step, because we together are very strong. And l'union fait la force, exactement. And we sort of have to stop looking up to other people to do the job that we're supposed to do for ourselves. We can help ourselves a lot more. And by trying to please others, because a lot of the time that's what we do, we please others to be accepted. We please others to be accepted. Let's help ourselves, really. And if we all come together, whether it's for your cause or for somebody else's cause that is there to uplift the country, let's do it ourselves, because the more together we are, the stronger we are, and that means the less chance will leave to the other one to come and step on top of us. Because that's what's been happening. And I think the power is in us, you know, and that's why it's interesting. And I hope every single one of you guys will have a chance to send ouverture. The question would be, what happened? What happened between then and now? It's a very important question. It's an important question. We're talking about a country that was the leader of the region. We're talking about the first Black republic to fight and win independence against the great Napoleon Bonaparte. What happened between then and now? So it's a question of shifting the image of Haiti. Let's not just look at Haiti for what it is now. Let's try to look at Haiti for what Haiti really stands for from back then until now, and try to understand what happened then. Is it political? What is it? And really try to raise those questions out loud and try to get some answers if possible, so we can keep on moving forward.